guys, what's going on? Today's Sunday. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been on vacation for about a week. I know it's been probably like almost 2 weeks since I uploaded. I've just been enjoying life, vacation. Just needed like a reset button. I know the uploads haven't been as crazy as before, but as you guys know, I work, 2 kids. I don't have all the time in the world to be working on this car. But I'm taking my time. I'm doing things little by little, and things are falling into place little by little. And I don't want to rush at all, not one bit, because that's when things start going wrong. So hopefully you guys are understandable and understand where I'm coming from. But today itself, we're going to be installing a 525 hellcat fuel pump into my Civic. It currently has a 255 watt bar, so like a regular small fuel pump that you don't need no relay, anything like that. 525, you need a relay and everything, but that's after you install the fuel pump. So I'm gonna just drop in the fuel pump. And then I'm gonna hit up my boy Jeff. He's gonna come. He's gonna wire up a whole relay and all that, cause I'm not good with wiring, and I don't want to mess that up. So he's gonna come and do that for me. But today I'm just gonna show you guys step by step on how to install the 525 hellcat fuel pump. It's the same thing as a 255. The only difference is that you gotta cut the connectors on the stock plug on the Honda, like what do you want to call it, like the connector that the Honda has itself. You got to cut that, and then just use butt connectors on it. I didn't want to solder and use heat shrink because it's in a pump. I don't want the heat shrink to just start dissolving and clog up the fuel pump and all that stuff. I'll show you guys when that process comes, but everything is literally the same. The only difference is that after you install the fuel pump, you have to put the you have to put a relay on it so it could get the 12, 14 volts all the time, because it will burn out the fuel pump because it's a big fuel pump, so it needs all that voltage. But yeah, here she is right now, and you guys don't know, you guys see the car is on jack stands. So the car, we installed a new rack and pinion on the car. You guys can see, well, you can't, well, it's in the bottom, whatever, but new rack and pinion is on. I did the rack and pinion, and I forgot I needed to order the knuckle, so then I ended up ordering a knuckle from my boy. I worked at Honda, got that, so we might just put on the knuckle today. And I couldn't get a sock for the fuel pump. This fuel pump sock should be good. Everything is like on back order, so yeah, ordering parts now is a hassle. But yeah, let's get into this video, guys. Alright guys, so I have my 525 right here. So basically this is a universal fuel pump, but the Honda plug is not this one. So basically all I gotta do is just cut these 2 wires, and then cut the wires from inside, put them together with butt connectors. This is where the hose goes for the feed, and then this is you take this off and you put the filter there. I already have the hose. I'm not sure if it's going to be this big or not, but we'll see when we get there. But I have pretty much everything I need here, and we should be good. Alright, so first thing you want to do here is just take off these screws are here. Pretty sure there's about 5 of them. Just gonna... Why is it so dark? This light is way too bright outside. But yeah, just want to take out these screws to the cover, and then work your way from there. So now you have all these connectors here. What you gotta unplug, and yeah, just move on from there. We got this plug here, this hose, and that hose. You just pop it right out. Alright, so we got it off. Just needed I need to use a bigger plier from WD-40 to pull off the line, because the line has been in for so long. Now unplug the plug from right here. This is the plug that I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is usually the plug that they use to run the relay off of when it's on the outside. But now you gotta get a 10, take these off, and the whole pump comes out. Alright, just like that. It's ready to come out. Sorry, I gotta finesse it out. Just let it drip out. Yeah. Alright, so this is the boot. Well, this is the hose that was on the pump before. And see if you guys can see. Look how this thing is super clean. The boot might seem like it's dirty, but again, they gotta order it. Some places back order, so looked inside, everything looks clean. It's just that color because it's obviously old and the gas, but you guys can see inside, it's super clean. So we're good on that. So what we gotta do on this one is, so let me get that pump. So on a 255, it comes with the plug that you need straight from Honda, and then the Hellcat doesn't. Obviously it comes with this one, so we gotta cut these off and then run this one to obviously to ground, run this one to power. But we're gonna use some butt connectors because I don't want to use anything else, heat shrink, anything like that, because if I use heat shrink and the 85 eats it, then it'll clog up the filter or the pump or the injectors or something like that. So I've seen everybody that runs they run butt connectors on it, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. Alright, so pump is done. So basically give you guys a run around. Let's see if I can put this here. You guys get better lighting. So bright outside. Alright, so basically I told you guys before, the connector on the fuel pump itself doesn't work straight like connect. So basically you just want to cut both wires, and then I use butt connectors again because I don't want to solder it and then use heat shrink, and then the 85 and the 93 start dissolving the heat shrink and then start clogging the filter or the pump or the injectors, anything like that. So a lot of people just use butt connectors. This is super tight. I just let my dad tighten these up because he's good at these. He knows how to. I don't trust myself with these, but yeah, we basically connected everything up. I told my dad what to do. He just ended up doing it for me. I just vlogged because it's hard. He doesn't know how to vlog like that, so yeah, but everything is on the boot. That little pin there is a little bitch. I mean, if you wanna, that little like clip that goes in it to hold the filter and everything, easiest way, get like a 7mm socket, like a little tiny one, put it around it, knock it in. But this is it, yeah. And then basically on this pump, it has like a big head on it, pawls, so we have to shave down the head because the holes wouldn't go on it. But you don't need that, like the little how can you call it, the little like rigid end on it, like the beginning of it. That's basically so like the clamp doesn't come off, but there's not enough pressure to be coming out of here for it to come off. And then with these clamps, these are gas line clamps, which are perfect. We just had to cut the holes a little bit shorter than the usual because the pump is obviously bigger. We kept the rubber part right here. A lot of people don't keep it because it's a bitch to put on, but we managed to put it on. I was gonna put a clamp around it, but this thing I was literally wow, I was literally tugging, pulling, I was doing everything, shaking, and this thing does not move. So we should be perfectly fine with that. So this is the pump right here, the 525 Hellcat. This shit is gonna be singing like a motherfucker when I put the shit back in the car. So I'm just gonna drop this back in, repeat the process, obviously do the feed and everything, and then later on down the road, once the once the engine is back in the car, well, probably even before the engine is back in the car, once my friend runs the power wires for me, because I want to do the battery in the trunk and everything. So once we do all of that, we can actually go ahead and start doing the relay, so we can have a battery, and then we can see if the pump is actually turning on. But yeah, so let me drop this in, and then I'm gonna give you guys some good information. Well, I'm gonna give you guys some good news about next week. I have literally 3 days where I'm gonna just go to the garage and we're just gonna crack out on the motor. But I'll explain all of that when I finish here. So let's keep the video going. Okay. So as you can see, pump is in, and then when you're putting in the pump, you want to put the pump in kind of like towards the, towards the back of the motor basically. Well, back of the car, facing, you know, the filter and everything going this way, not toward the front. There's like a little, you'll see it, it's like a little spot. Yeah, so now we just basically repeat the process, put the screws, put the nuts on, holes, everything, and then we should be done. Alright, so the fuel pump is done. My dad just put the knuckle on for the rack and pinion. He straightened out the outer tie rods as much as possible, just so it could be a little bit straight, so we could be able to drive just like right down the block. The alignment spot is right down the block. But yeah, everything is good there. Yeah, there she goes. Another step closer. Damn, this light is crazy. Alright guys, so basically done with the video. Next week, I just want to let you guys know, I'm going to have 3 days to be working on the motor after I come out of work. So we should get a lot of work done next week on the block. The block should be done in literally the next day I get there. Then we're going to do the head studs and everything the same exact day. Then we're going to start working on the head, which takes a little bit longer because of the machining. He has to hone down like the cam caps, if that's the correct word. He has to use some flapper disc, something like that. I don't know. Spanking knows what he's doing, but yeah. So car is done. It's been a lot going on. Work, vacation, 2 kids. I have a newborn, as you guys know or may not know. And yeah, let's get these videos going up. Let's get these views up, guys. I know a lot of my videos are not shown in the sub box and anything like that, but let's get these videos up. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Remember, guys, better to enjoy.